So today I'm with Linda. Linda, I haven't seen you in a couple years. How have you been?
I've been good since the last time I seen you. So, last time I had like a CPS case going on. My daughter's dad got sober for a little, or he got sober, and then I followed behind him, and I was sober for a little bit, but I relapsed and I went back out on the streets for a few months, and then I ended up in jail. And that's when I don't know, things changed for me. So I did 9 months in jail. Then I got out through a rehab program, and now I'm home with my kids, and I'm doing good.
You're working as what again?
I'm working as a BHPP at a rehab facility.
How long you been there?
I've been there for a little over a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you liking it?
I love it. I do. It's rewarding to see guys come in, and from the time they come in to the time they're getting ready to leave, like just the transformation and being able to share my story with them. And like I was telling you, I often pull up my video from YouTube and just, I don't know, at first, so like the first time I ever showed someone I was in rehab, and I felt embarrassed because like how I looked, how I was out there homeless and just in a really low place. But now when I show it, I feel proud of myself, and it's like a humbling reminder that, you know, I was once there, but I made it out. So
There's hope for people, right?
yeah, there is. I didn't think I was going to be able to get sober. And I know I made a comment in my video that like some of us aren't strong enough to do it. I really didn't think that I was ever going to be able to get sober. And once I found God, it became possible. And I don't know, like I feel just extremely grateful that I was able to be taken out of my situation. It wasn't ideal, it wasn't fun being in jail, but that's what I needed. I needed to separate myself from the environment and really like think how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. And I think being in jail with so many different people, like, I don't know, a lot of the people in jail, you know, where we have the same mentality to bullshit, to keep getting high, to, I don't know, it's just a realization that that's not how I wanted to live my life. I didn't want to keep going back to jail. I didn't want to be away from my kids. I didn't want to keep wasting my life. I didn't want to be 50 years old in jail. So
Here you are.
yeah.
When you open the door, it's like a transformation. You know, like I told you, if I saw you on the streets, I wouldn't recognize you. You look like a different person, in my opinion, right? You just look healthy and vibrant and just happy,
Yeah.
right? And I also mentioned that when I met you back then, because I interviewed you like twice, and I can see that you wanted to get clean. You were tired.
Mm-hmm.
Exhausted of living that way, but obviously you weren't ready. I offered to take you,
Mm-hmm.
but you said no, thank you. I'm just not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sometimes getting locked up is like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
9 months,
Definitely
right?
was, yeah.
And that kind of sobered you up a little bit. It's like
I started talking to my daughters like every day when I was in there, and so I had been absent from my oldest's life for years, and then my baby, I really didn't get to spend too much time with her from when she was born to when I got locked up. So she had been with her dad, and now I'm home, and I'm here with my oldest daughter every day, all day, and then my baby, her dad brings her over on the weekends. So, and I'm in the process of getting joint custody. It just feels good, like, you know, for the longest, I had this guilt and shame for my addiction and how it took me away from my daughters. But I learned to forgive myself, and before you got here, I was upstairs dancing with my daughters, and just the laughter and just I feel so happy. And, you know, I'm still picking up my life together, like from everything that I did. So like I'm on IPS, my license is revoked, I have a bunch of money that I owe, but even like little stuff like that, I don't stress about it. I know God's got me, and it's just picking up the little pieces, and everything's coming together like perfectly how it should on its own time. And I'm just blessed. Even though I have all these things that I need to fix, I'm happy that I'm here with my family.
What's next for you?
So I want to go to school. I've been I got into the recovery field to kind of see if I would like working in recovery, and I really do. I love it. I have so much passion for the people trying to get help. So I want to go to school to be a therapist. That's my plan, and it's, you know, a couple years, but I'm on paper for the next like 7 years anyways, so I have time. So I'm hoping once I'm, you know, my felonies are set aside and my schooling's done, I can really start my life, my new life. Right now I'm just taking the stepping stones to get to where I want to be.
So you reached out to me recently. You said you wanted to share your story. Why did you want to share your story of where you're at now?
So I saw that my video that you took was posted on TikTok, and a bunch of people were commenting, oh, you know, I'm praying for her, I hope she gets help. And it was just a lot of support, and I just kind of wanted not only to let everyone know that I'm doing better, but to give somebody out there hope that, you know, it is possible. I never thought I'd be able to get off fentanyl. I never thought I'd be able to quit the lifestyle that came with being homeless. And yeah, it's possible. It is.
It was looking bleak for you, kind of no hope out there sometimes, right? It's dark.
Yeah, I felt dead. Like, you know, I had no purpose. I had just nothing. I felt empty, and I was, yeah.
So you think a renewed faith in God, family. You're here with your mom. She's obviously very supportive. Your children, right? They're big, growing, and you want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Right?
I also think too, like a big thing was, I started loving myself, and to me, like when I started not looking at my past and everything that I've been through, and I started just really loving myself, and I feel like that's really
super important. You so I've heard this from people before, is I carried shame for a long time, guilt for what I've put my family through, and you can't beat yourself up over that forever, right? Get past it, move forward. It happened, you're here now, you want to get better, and this is what you're doing. So you have to support yourself, and recognize that you're in a different place and you're a different person than the person making those decisions back then, right?
Yeah.
You're full of life, you're full of hope, and you're gonna do great things. You're working at a treatment center, sharing your story with people that can get to where you're at now, right? That's inspirational. That's motivating, and you should be proud of your children, your mom, your family. Everybody should be proud of you. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
right?
that's when I was in rehab, I had started working my steps, and like the whole men's thing, I had called my mom and I apologized to her, and like her telling me this, it kind of opened my eyes, because she was right. She told me, she's like, you don't have to apologize for anything. She's like, anything that you did in your addiction, that wasn't you. Like, we forgive you as your family, we forgive you. She's like, I just need you to forgive yourself. And that's, once I was able to forgive myself, I was able to love myself, and I was able to know that I deserved better, because with that shame, with that guilt, with that just not having any self-worth, I was okay with using drugs and poisoning myself and slowly killing myself. And now I think back, like, someone that loves themselves doesn't do that to themselves.
So you mentioned that you watch my videos, the interviews that I do, and you know what? It's so unfortunate that there are some people that I'll never be able to have this conversation, right? Because they didn't make it. They're gone. They'll never know what recovery is. They'll never know what another day on planet Earth is, and that's heartbreaking. And sometimes folks don't realize how close they came to leaving us, right? And that darkness that you experience being out there, giving up on yourself, there's no hope, the shame, the guilt kind of drives you a lot closer to that, being self-destructive, right? So when you watch these videos that I do you see a little bit of yourself in the interviews? Do you want to just, yell at them and say, hey, there's hope, don't give up, I was you?
I do. I definitely, it breaks my heart, and I can relate to a lot of them in just many different ways. But, when I got sober a couple years ago before I relapsed, I wanted to actually hit you up and see if I could help you go out there, just from someone that understands, to try to get people clean. And I don't know, I came to the realization just with myself, and they gotta want it, they gotta really want it. But yeah, I wish I do want to shake them, but no one can wake them up from it. No one could do it for me. My kids couldn't do it for me, my family. I couldn't do it for myself.
The mission statement of this channel is prevention through awareness. I can't save Linda. Linda has to save Linda, right? I can't. The people I interview, that's on them. These videos are to prevent people from coming out into the streets, right? It's to prevent them from saying yes to any substance, right? But your story is inspiring because it shows people that there's hope and there's a way to get out. You just have to fight for it, right? You have to want it, and sometimes getting locked up is a blessing.
Yeah. So when I got arrested, it was probation violations, and they found one pill in my possession. And if they wouldn't have found that one pill, I would have been in there for a week and got right back out. But because I got a new charge, I sat down for 9 months. So even just that, the night before I got arrested, I was like, I don't want to go to this place. I don't want to be here. And I still went. I had this feeling in my stomach, but I still went. And yeah, it was a blessing. It really was.
Linda, I'm going to say thank you very much for reaching out to me. I am extremely proud of the progress you've made, the transformation that you've made. You've done it, right? So you should be proud of yourself for all the hard work you've put in to become the person that you are, and you're still working on yourself, right? This isn't, what I've heard about sobriety is it's not, there's no end. It's continuous.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong journey for you, right? Every day you're gonna keep battling.
Yeah.
To not go back.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why you gotta stay busy, focus on family, focus on yourself, forgive yourself, and stay busy, right?
Yeah. I definitely know that I can't become complacent, and I actually have I'm diagnosed bipolar, so and I take medicine for it, and it really helps, and I feel like that has a little bit to do with why I'm able to stay sober. But I know myself now, and I know once I start getting in that low state of it, I need to push myself to get out of bed, to do things that I don't want to do, because if I start falling into that cycle of staying in bed, or when I start getting manic and I start acting impulsive, I need to take myself out of myself for a second so I can really think about the next thing I'm gonna do, so I don't act on an impulsive thought and go back out there. But being sober, being on my medication, having a relationship with God, if I start stressing about situations, or I start feeling anxious, or things aren't going my way, or I pray about it, and I ask God to just take that away from me, take away the feelings that I don't want to feel, so I can continue to have another sober day, be with my daughters and my family. And it works. It's crazy, because when I was out there, I would pray to God and I would ask Him to help me because I couldn't help myself, and I didn't know jail was going to be the thing that helped me, but
it had to happen. That saved your life.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Again, thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for having the courage. Your mom, your children, you should be proud of yourself, okay? Because I know I am, okay? Thank you for remembering me and Lost in Phoenix, and this right here is the purpose. Look at you, you know, just completely turn it around, and I couldn't be more happy for you and your beautiful children that I just met, okay? So let's stay in contact.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to continue to document your journey. Much success that's coming your way, because you deserve it, and we'll talk very soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for coming out.